And good morning from the Bud Bakewell Ice Rink in just north of downtown Buffalo. We are in Riverside Park where we are set for Western New York 10U hockey. It is a matchup between the Hasek Heroes 10U squad and one of several different Amherst Knights teams. This is the Amherst Knights red team set to take action here live from Riverside Park as we are set to go for face-off between the Hasek Heroes squad and the Amherst Knights. Warm-ups are just about finished up. Teams are collecting their pucks. We should be ready for face-off here momentarily. Good morning. My name is Aaron Elpern, joined alongside by color commentator Sean McHugh, videographer Destiny Cosner, as we join you from the 412 Communications broadcast booth. 412 Communications, the new gold standard in digital media solutions. And Sean, this is the last regular season home game for Hasek Heroes and a key point in the season as you wind towards the postseason. This is a big one when it comes to where and when they will play with their playoff game.
Absolutely. Again, the game at this level is fun first, but playoff hockey is the best kind of hockey, and we are winding down on the regular season, and a win here for Hasek Heroes would get them up in a standing and be another step towards getting that home playoff game. And at every level, you want those games in your barn. So Hasek Heroes has a chance to maybe take a step towards getting one of those. They're going to have to get through this Amherst Knights red squad to do it, though.
Pretty sure that the way that we have it sorted out here with the standings is that a win will get Hasek Heroes a home game in the playoffs. As Sean mentioned, that is obviously something that any team wants when they're looking at postseason hockey. So an opportunity here to get a win, to get another chance to play here in this building when the playoffs get underway. Hasek's looking to improve the team record, 8-4-2 coming into today's contest. Amherst Knights at 3-9-2, ready to get underway as
got the big line out there for Hasek Heroes. Mason O'Connor and Garrett Jones.
And we are underway from the Bud Bakewell Ice Rink, and thank you so much for joining us this morning on the Nickel City Hockey Network. Puck right in front of the Hasek Heroes bench as both teams try to find possession. It eventually comes out to the neutral zone. O'Connor plays it along, but it's going to be Metzler picking it up and carrying it in. Metzler takes a shot from the dot of the near side, handled by the stick of the netminder. Starting netminder in goal today, Brooke Heigl. Heigl getting the first save of the game. Second shot attempt missing the net. O'Connor now looking to skate it out here on the near side for Hasek Heroes. Good defensive play at the blue line as that was Javier Koldar making the play to keep it in, getting it along to Park. Park gets taken down in the play. Both Park and O'Connor heading to the ice on that tie-up. Gabriel Mason finds a loose puck and finds some ice to work with and to carry it up this left wing.
Oh, no, he ran into the official right there, and Mason was one step away from a breakout. But there'll be plenty more opportunities for that.
Puck in front of the Hasek Heroes net. Another opportunity for Metzler as he has been very active here in this first shift. Eric Metzler with that chance in front of the net. Now over there on the far side trying to create something. Hasek Heroes creating a turnover, but just sending that one the length of the ice. This one will go for icing as we have the first minute and change gone here from Bud Bakewell Ice Rink. No score yet as the faceoff will come back into the Hasek Heroes zone to the right of Brooke Heigl.
Amherst Knights red doing a nice job putting some pressure on early in this first period. Got a couple looks from the high danger area, and Hasek Heroes had a hard time breaking out. This does happen from time to time with Haseks, but you definitely want to get the first wave of pressure, and that's what Amherst has been doing in the first minute and change.
Big game, obviously, for Hasek Heroes, but it's the team in white that has at least started off with the early momentum from a good first shift. Second line's out there for this next shift as first period play continues. 10.5 to go in this first frame. Amherst keeping it in just inside the blue line on the far side. Hasek's forcing a turnover, but unable to get the puck out of the zone. As it comes back to the blue line, picked up there. Slid towards the front of the net by Kern. He's got a player there in front, and a beautiful shot by Shane Halton right into the top corner over the shoulder of the netminder. Amherst with the early 1-0 lead.
That was an absolutely gorgeous passing play there by the Amherst Knights. Play was kept alive at the blue line again, and then as the player, Connor Kern, walks in, he sends a perfect backdoor pass to Shane Halton, who then goes right under the bar. Pretty goal to get it started for the Amherst Knights.
So a bit more than a minute into the action. Amherst strikes first. It has the early 1-0 lead. Liam Karalunas sends that one deep into the Amherst zone. Now looking to get the equalizer for Hasek Heroes. Koldar starting it up the far side. Getting that pass along to Halton. And now it's going to be Javier Koldar getting it through the neutral zone. Good defensive play there on the far side as that looked like it was Chevalier making the deflection there on the poke check to create a loose puck, and now Hasek's Heroes with possession, as it's going to be Lazori skating it towards our broadcast position. Turnover there for Amherst, and they get the puck in the offensive zone, but Deani Wojciechowski making sure that one didn't get deep in the zone, sending it back into the Amherst zone now, as the two teams look to run down that loose puck that doesn't go far enough for Isaac. Karalunas and Wojciechowski in on the forecheck in the near corner, but it's going to be Halton finding control and skating it up the far wing. Play up to the far point where Lazori keeps it in, takes a shot from distance. That one doesn't get all the way to the goal, as it ends up now on the stick of Wojciechowski. She just sends it into the corner. 3 Amherst players there looking for that loose puck as they look to get the breakout started. This is going to be Roy Koldar starting it up this near side, getting knocked down in the play, but still getting the puck into the neutral zone, where it's going to be Wojciechowski picking it up for Hasek's Heroes.
Get on sides.
Chevalier's got to tag up to get on the proper side of the blue line.
I love the sportsmanship right there, but it was offsides.
Yeah, Chevalier stopped to make sure that the Amherst player was okay, as Koldar was a little bit slow getting back to the skates and getting ready to rejoin the play in the neutral zone. Good sportsmanship. Chevalier checking to make sure that the opponent was okay, but that little bit of a delay ends up drawing him off sides. We have a face-off now right along the Amherst blue line, just to the left of our broadcast position with 8:49 to go in the first. Usiak winning the face-off and getting it to Mike Wright. He sends it deep into the zone in the near corner. Found there by Dylan Park, who's got some room to skate it up the far side. Park's pass doesn't get out of the zone. Caleb Mosier keeping it into the blue line, but it does end up going across the blue line as Mosier fumbled it just a little bit there inside the blue. Marlo McDonald unable to keep it in. We'll have a face-off right in front of the Amherst bench, as our broadcast this morning is brought to you by Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. To buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, retail, or investment property, trust the unparalleled knowledge and experience of Militello Realty. Puck sent into the Amherst zone. Dylan Park finding it there, but pressure on him as a turnover is created. And now it's going to be Nahan Howell looking to set something up below the goal line. Mike Wright accepts the pass up towards the top of the circle. Can't quite get it to Howell, and the puck comes back into the neutral zone. Mosier now waiting for his team to tag up with making a cross-ice pass to buy a little bit more time. And now Mike Wright has plenty of room to work with here on the near side.
Oh!
Tries to sidestep the one defender,
Collins,
ends up running him over.
Fearless, man.
Cooper Collins ends up getting run into on the play, and I think he's going to end up taking a penalty because of it.
I don't know if they're just checking on him or what, but man. I mean, Aaron, I wouldn't get in front of Mike Wright like that. I can't imagine Collins just fearless. Oh, they got him.
Yeah, Wright made the move with the one shoulder and then the move back towards the other side, and Collins was basically caught in the train tracks there and got run over.
In about 4 or 5 years, that is a great defensive play.
Unfortunately, in this case, he's the one that initiates the contact, so he ends up taking the penalty.
And I don't think it's crazy to say he definitely got the worst of that collision.
Oh, yeah. But he made a
Oh, man!
Player sliding down on the far side is Caleb Mosier making a slick move with the
Amherst
puck.
Knights do not care. They are coming after Hasek. This is fun to watch.
Gabe Mason here on the near side as Hasek's Heroes looks to get the power play set up, though Dylan Park creating a little bit of difficulty there. Good play by Connor O'Sullivan to keep it into the blue line, and now the Hasek's Heroes power play might have a chance in front. Mason in alone, takes the shot. What a great save. Sprawling to make the stop there. Ben Barthold getting the stick or the glove on that one. It looked like Mason had him beat. A great diving save keeps this one a 1-0 Amherst lead.
Wow, first big test of the game, and Barthold makes a huge save. Mason wants more, though.
Mason walking the blue line, but good
right
defense,
now.
not really giving Mason a whole lot of room to work with to get it inside the blue line.
Doesn't matter.
Defender falls down, and he might have a lane here on the near side. Mason on his backhand tries to get that pass in front. He had Caleb Mosier right in front of the netminder. Good defensive play as two different Amherst Knights were right in that passing lane, making sure that puck didn't get to Mosier.
That was a great play by McDonald to keep that puck alive, too. So now Hasek is up in the pressure.
35 seconds to go in the power play as Gabe Mason looks for that wraparound attempt. Again, good defense on the play. Harrison Koldar getting stick on puck there, keeping Mason from getting that wraparound attempt on goal. Back into the Hasek zone where Marlo McDonald sets up the breakout. D-to-D pass to Mosier. Mosier now looking for another pass, and that one's in between the skates of Aubrey Simonik, but Mosier picks it up there in the far corner. plays it out of the zone as the last 12 seconds now ticking away on this Amherst penalty. Simonik almost creates a turnover. Gabriel Mason trying to get that puck away from Metzler.
Gotta get rid of the puck, dude. That's what happens.
Eric Metzler with a little bit too much of that time with that puck on his stick, and now Mosher might have a chance here in the offensive zone. Can't quite hunt it down before it gets to the goal line, but gets it in front, and a great chance for Aubrey Simonik. Good save by Barthold, keeping Simonik from getting the equalizer.
Barthold just bringing the pads tonight. Here comes Metzler versus Mason. Let's see this.
Good back check from number 11, Gabriel Mason, denying Metzler that zone entry, but Amherst still gets it in across the blue line as the Hasek Heroes defense swarming before that Amherst Knights rush could even get to the top of the circle.
Aaron, give me this pace for the entire game. I'm here for it.
Gabe Mason trying to pick up the pace here as he's got some room up the far side.
Man.
Winding it up and now looking for the opportunity on the backhand. Tries to go 5-hole and he does sneak it through the goaltender's legs. Gabe Mason had an opportunity earlier. Couldn't get that one past the netminder. This one he gets past him. It's now a 1-1 game.
Aaron, Gabe Mason just did ice in the veins after scoring that goal. Not only does he score pretty goals, but he comes up with an amazing celly for every single one of them. I don't know. He looked at one of the benches and he pointed to his arm like the ice and veins celebration that quarterback in Miami does whenever he does a thing.
Well, whatever the celebration was, it certainly followed up a beautiful individual effort. Got himself the lane on the far side and then really turned on the Jets, making no mistake, too. A sweet backhand move. The first one on the forehand didn't get past the netminder. This time snuck that backhander through the 5-hole. It's a 1-1 game as we have 5:41 now left to go in period number 1. Mason's still out there even though he was on for the entirety of the power play.
Aaron, I don't think this kid knows what it's like to be tired.
Must be nice.
The things I'd give for that ability.
Puck in front of the Hasek Heroes bench. Nice little toe drag move by Ethan Lazore to get himself some room.
The audacity. Uh-oh.
Mason might have another opportunity to get loose.
Great
Good defensive
defense.
play, though.
Mason is gone all the way in if he gets that move, if he pulls that move off.
Javier Koldar creating that turnover there because, as Sean said, Mason had nothing but ice in front of him. Really good defensive play in the neutral zone. You think of good defensive plays as being in your own zone. Sometimes you need to make that play 100-plus feet from your net in order to really protect your team and to do what you need to do. In that case, Koldar making a phenomenal play to defend his end from the neutral zone. Icing on the call on the play there against Hasek Heroes. Faceoff will be to the right of Brooke Heigl, and it is Gabe Mason out there again still for this faceoff in the defensive zone. Scramble faceoff as Hasek Heroes tries to find possession. Garrett Jones getting that puck out to the neutral zone as it's going to be Nolan Argy picking it up just inside of his own blue line, starting the breakout for Amherst. Nice little D-to-D work there as they two defensemen work the puck back and forth to create a little bit of room on the ice, and now the Amherst breakout moving up the far side with Nathan Burtis. Burtis with a little bit of trouble to get it across the blue line. Matthews helping him on that. Mason, though, taking that puck away and now looking to create something for the Hasek Heroes squad. Amherst keeps it in. Matthews with a shot from distance that doesn't get in on goal. And now it's going to be Lazore with an opportunity to get the breakout started. A little bit of a miscommunication on that backhand pass there, as now Hasek Heroes will have to play a little bit of defense. Chevalier up the far side. Argy keeping it in, though, for Amherst as the puck is slid through the neutral zone. Opportunity for Mason to hunt down this loose puck. Mason gets to it first and lets the hard wrist shot go past the netminder on the glove side. It's 2-1 as this extended shift from Gabriel Mason has yielded 2 goals for Hasek Heroes.
Gabriel Mason, there it is! Wipe the eyes and point. You gotta love it from number 11 as he gets his second of the game as Mason taking a 5-minute shift, but he puts in 2, so nobody minds.
2-1 Hasek Heroes as we're under 4 minutes to play in first period action. The response for the Heroes coming from number 11, Gabriel Mason. The first goal of the game came by the way of the Amherst Knights squad, but since then it's been Hasek Heroes finding that momentum, and it's been Gabriel Mason putting the puck in the net to make it a 2-1 game. Loose puck along the center ice red line. Marlo McDonald tries to get that one moving forward, but puck keeps on bouncing back and forth between the two teams before Caleb Mosier can pick it up. Mosher in across the blue line, gets it deep in the offensive zone, now putting on some forecheck pressure. Didn't realize maybe that the puck was still there and he had a play on it.
He made a great play, but I think he thought the puck was gone.
McDonald just inside the blue line, tries to feed it towards the front of the net. Now with a second opportunity,
Ooh.
Mallory McDonald around one defender, and takes the shot
What a bounce!
off the defender's stick. The goaltender was sliding to the right. It ends up going in off the other post. And it's Mallory McDonald making it a 3-1 game for Hasek's Heroes.
That is a very tough break for Amherst, Aaron. How off? This is a cruel game. Plays perfect defense in the perfect spot. Blocks the shot, but physics said not today, and the puck hits the skate. Goaltender was already shifting to the right. Puck goes far side and trickles over the line. Hasek's Heroes, they had the lead. Now they get a touch of luck on top of it.
Seems that when the bounces start going your way, they can go your way in bunches, and the opposite could be true here in this case if you're looking at it from the Amherst perspective. That bounce obviously going by the way of Hasek's Heroes.
That stinks.
A little bit of separation here now early in this first period as we're under 3 minutes to play. It's a 3-1 hockey game, but Collins looking to get his team back on the board. Hard wrist shot. That one didn't miss the near post by much. Back to the point, kept in by Hart. So he gets it to Collins, and Collins with some room to operate there. Gets that one along to Koldar. Javier Koldar with a chance to let a shot go, just had to settle it down a little bit too much. Ends up making a pass towards the slot. Now both teams trying to find possession. Hasek's Heroes getting that puck out of danger. It was sitting there about 15 feet in front of the netminder, Brooke Heigl. Defenders smartly moving that puck out of the zone, and now they set up a little bit of neutral zone pressure. The goal scorer, Mallory McDonald, gets it deep in the offensive zone where it's going to be Liam Karalunas finding control. Karalunas with two defenders on him, and the pass then goes along to McDonald again. Wojciechowski putting some pressure on as the puck comes towards the blue line, kept in. That is Marlo McDonald making the play there at the right blue line. As this push in the offensive zone continues as Karalunas pressures the defender here on the near side. Skating the puck up ice is going to be Harrison Koldar. Gets around one defender, but it's good back pressure from Liam Karalunas, creating that loose puck and at least slowing down Amherst before they can get the puck into the zone. Great shift here from Karalunas as he is all over the place on this one. Got control of it there in the far corner, feeding that one along to McDonald. Mallory McDonald trying to make sure it gets out of the zone on that far side. Two different Hasek's Heroes players helping her out in that process. They end up knocking down the Amherst player, but they can only get it as far as the blue line, and the Knights keep it in. Eventually, Hasek's Heroes clearing that puck across the blue line, and now Chevalier finds it in the neutral zone. Playing that one through center ice. Colin Hart picks it up there on the far side, looking for an angle to get around the defender. Good work there by Mallory McDonald. Is not only does she have a goal here on this shift, but she's been doing some excellent work defensively as well. Deep in the Hasek's Heroes zone as we're under a minute to play. Lazori with a bit of a dangerous pass there through the middle of the slot.
Oh, he made up for that, though.
Steps into that shooting lane. Doesn't allow Nico Scott's shot to get in on goal.
Gotta love that if you're the coach. A turnover in the defensive zone, so he's the first one to lay out to block the shot. I bet Coach Latempio was loving every second of that.
And it was not like that was a short windup either from Scott. That was the reach for the rafters with the slap shot.
Oh, you dream
Slow
of those
windup
from the point, Aaron. How many of those have you attempted? Be honest. I know of one you attempted. I was there.
I attempt less than I want to because I don't want it to go poorly.
If the Buff State alumni game was your last slap shot, don't ever take another one again.
I might not.
Don't.
Under 10 seconds to play in the period as the puck slowly trickles into the Hasek's Heroes zone. It will go far enough for icing as we have 5.7 seconds remaining in the period. Just enough time for one more offensive zone faceoff for Hasek's Heroes. And our broadcast this morning is brought to you by Buffalo Ophthalmology and Buffalo Optique, providing a full range of specialized eye care services for ages 3 and up. Locations on International Drive in Williamsville and off Mile Strip Road in Orchard Park. Face off to the right of the goaltender Barthold. And it's going to be Usiak on the draw for Hasek's Heroes, winning that face-off to right. Good set play off the face-off right, just barely missing that near post as opportunity for Hasek's Heroes to get a fourth goal before the end of the period. Almost came together, shot just barely missing the net as we come to the end of period number 1. It is a 3-1 lead in favor of Hasek's Heroes, and we'll be back with more Hasek's Heroes hockey coming up after this short break.
My name is Stephanie Chang, and I'm an optometrist. I've been with Buffalo Ophthalmology since January 2023. Vision is very important for a child's development and learning. We want to make sure we catch any potential eye conditions early in age, such as lazy eyes or eye turns or any need for glasses. We do a lot of the similar tests as adults, but sometimes we'll modify different components of the exam to fit the child's age and their abilities. Definitely very important to get your child's vision assessed at a young age before problems develop.
Second period action underway here from Bud Bakewell Ice Rink, as it's a 3-1 lead in favor of Hasek's Heroes after one period of play. Good morning, I'm Aaron Elpern alongside Sean McHugh from the 412 Communications broadcast booth. 412 Communications, the new gold standard in digital media solutions. Thank you so much for joining us on the Nickel City Hockey Network this morning, as it was a first period that saw the Amherst Knights score first, but Hasek's Heroes roaring back with the next 3 goals to take this 2-goal lead into period number 2. Eric Metzler trying to make a play there in the offensive zone.
Mahan Howell, physicality right there, putting his man on the ground.
Hasek's Heroes has been...
I think there's a penalty.
Penalty or an offsides call? I believe it's an offsides call here on the near blue line.
I didn't see an arm go up, but Mahan Howell, good position, but he did put a defender on the deck. Looks like the play was offsides. Good, strong, hold your ground defensive play there by Mahan Howell.
It's going to be Usiak and Kaldar on for this face-off. Roy Kaldar winning that face-off, finding control of the puck and then sending it into the offensive zone. Usiak heading back into the near corner to pick it up and circle the net to start the breakout. Bank pass off the far boards. That goes off the skate of Caleb Mosher, but he gets it along to Mike Wright. And now Wright has some room to carry it into the offensive zone. Wright goes inside, outside on the defender. Let a good shot go, just couldn't quite sneak it inside the near post. Nice work there from number 21 to create a chance in the offensive zone. But now Hasek's Heroes will have to play a little bit of defense. And it's Usiak doing that there in the neutral zone, right below our broadcast position, keeping Roy Kaldar from having that lane into the offensive zone. Kaldar now with a chance to let a shot go. Does so from just outside the top of the circle. Stick save made by Brooke Heigl. As then the puck comes right in front of the net. Halton catching it there. Had a chance to get his second of the game. Good defensive play as that was Howell again, setting up a little bit of pressure in front to create that turnover. Amherst keeps the puck in the zone, and they end up taking a shot from just inside the top of the circle. Roy Kaldar's shot ends up being deflected before it ends up on Heigl. Heigl making the save and covering up for a whistle. 10:17 to go here in period number 2.
And again, Mike Wright back on that rush. Really nifty inside-outside move. We didn't see a whole lot of him in the first period, but that's because Gabe Mason was basically firing on all cylinders. So now Latempio is going to throw the change-up, and he's going to use a little bit of more Mike Wright. Let it look. Let's see who's out there for Hasek's.
Connor O'Sullivan sliding over to the left wing. Meanwhile, taking this face-off and winning it was number 9, Phoebe Mercado. Lazor and Mercado now setting up some defense in front of the net as Hasek's Heroes creates a loose puck.
Not gonna make it? Oh, that's gonna go on net.
Sending it back into the Amherst zone. This one's just gonna trickle on the netminder, who just falls on top of it, realizing that there are a couple of Hasek's Heroes players on their way looking for that loose puck.
Made that a little dramatic, huh?
Might as well have fun with it. Barthold falling on top of that loose puck, making sure that there's no chance for Hasek's Heroes in the offensive zone. Mercado now ready for that offensive zone faceoff.
And she won the last one clean, so let's see if they got a set play right here. Chevalier looks like he really wants to take a shot, so I think that's the plan.
Both Chevalier and Lazori in shooting positions at the top of the circle. Face-off is won.
Oh, they couldn't decide who wanted to shoot it.
Ends up kind of being between the two shooters.
They get one on.
And Lazori's shot ends up coming in from distance, handled by the stick of Barthold. But it stays here inside the offensive zone, at least for a moment, before it's carried into the neutral zone by Mason Matthews. Back into Amherst Knights territory. Almost a chance there. O'Sullivan was in the high slot as that puck came right towards the mid slot. Couldn't quite get to it to find that chance.
Oh, Sullivan would definitely have a nice analysis for us. We were able to get a shot there, too.
Puck is played along the near wall as it's going to be a chance for Mason Matthews to get it out of the zone for Amherst, but a good play by Chevalier to keep it in. Matthews will get a second opportunity now as he tries to find that loose puck, but Lazori ties him up just enough to keep him from picking that one up.
Matthews savvy, grabbed his stick to try to draw a hook there. I back it, Aaron. I've seen you do that once or twice.
Yeah, people call me dirty for that though, so I don't want to talk about it.
You're not dirty. You just play to win at any cost, no matter what.
Under 9 minutes to go in period number 2 as the puck enters the Amherst zone, but they quickly make sure it leaves the zone. And now Colin Hart gets it into the Hasek's Heroes territory. Two different Amherst players there trying to create a turnover, but really good play. Ethan Lazori not worrying about that 2-on-1 situation, just kind of stick-handled it to safety, and then played the puck along to his defensive partner, Chevalier. Puck in the near corner now as Simonik tries to play it along the near boards. Ends up reversing course and then playing into the far corner, but it's going to be Mason Matthews, the first one to it there for Amherst. Matthews trying to take a shot from the far boards, gets it to the front of the net. Collins with a turnaround shot. That one goes off the stick of Brooke Heigl. Might have been going wide, though. Puck held in by Harrison Koldar at the left point. As it's along the near wall, Hasek's Heroes finding control, now trying to get the puck out of the zone. Connor O'Sullivan does so. And now it's going to be Aubrey Simonik trying to find a loose puck in the center ice area. Good play by Phoebe Mercado to play it towards the Amherst blue line. But Amherst maintaining possession, but only as far as the Hasek's Heroes blue line. And then a good play right there by Ethan Lazori, who had a really good shift on the defensive side of things, causing a couple of different loose pucks, denying that zone entry there. Ends up being an offsides call in the aftermath, as both teams make changes with 7:41 to go in the period.
A little bit of a slowdown in the pace here in the second. A lot of neutral zone play, but Hasek's Heroes has had the ice tilted a little bit. Look to see if they can extend this lead, because they do call the 2-goal lead the worst lead in hockey.
Players getting settled into their proper positions for this face-off. As Hasek's Heroes winning that draw, Connor playing it forward but can't get it into the offensive zone. Amherst looking to counter. They get it across the Hasek's Heroes blue line. As now having to play a little bit of defense, there's Caleb Mosier and Gabriel Mason.
Nice sweep check by Mason right there.
Mason sweeps it into the corner. Now he's trying to find control for his team and get the puck out of the zone. O'Connor helping him out there as it's going to be Metzler creating the havoc for Amherst. Metzler gets it as far as the dot in the near circle, but O'Connor takes it away from him there, playing it to the blue line, but again held in. Good work along the blue line. Javier Koldar keeping that one inside the blue line for the Amherst Knight squad. 7 minutes to play in the second period as the puck comes back through the neutral zone, now into Amherst territory, but they quickly send it back out to center ice. O'Connor's the one that finds it there along the center ice red line as he tries to get possession for his team, get a little bit more settled down here and get it deep in one of the two offensive zones. As Sean mentioned, a lot of hockey being played in the neutral zone this period.
Ooh, heavy stick play there by Caleb Mosier.
Two different defenders converging on that Amherst player to make sure there was no lane towards the slot. Just aggressive enough to avoid a penalty, but just aggressive enough to create a loose puck, so it's a perfect play for Amherst. And here comes Gabe Mason with the speed. Mason behind the defender, gonna take the shot on the forehand, and he rips it glove side. 3 goals on the game for Gabe Mason, 4-1 Hasek's Heroes. And just when it was a sleepy period, Gabe Mason turns on the Jets to give his team the 3-goal lead.
Gabe Mason, there's the hat trick, and there's the speed. Makes the play in the defensive zone, heads all the way in. Third time in alone on the goaltender, third time he scores, and now Hasek's Heroes has made a goaltender switch. Alana Kraft is in the net for the Blue.
Again, splitting the work in net after Brooke Heigl with a very solid first half of the game. It is number 25, Alana Kraft, stepping in between the pipes as she gets ready to continue her good play in net. It's something that we've talked about on a lot of these Hasek's Heroes broadcasts. No matter who's been in net for the team in blue, gold, and white, they've always put forth the not only a great effort, but some phenomenal saves as well. Heigl doing her work here today. Alana Kraft now looking to follow that up with her turn in net.
And if you look behind the goaltender Kraft, you see large photos of our founder and the goaltender. Every one of these kids tries to emulate as well.
Yeah, it's something to be expected as it's going to be Kraft making her first save. A good hard wrist shot along the ice, going towards the near post. She had to definitely get that pad down to make that stop, as just starting to talk about how the tradition of goaltending with the Hasek Heroes organization. Obviously, there is a lot of pride taken by those that play goal for Hasek Heroes, and you've seen it with all 5 of the different netminders that have put on the pads for Hasek Heroes this year. Nice play there on the far side for Amherst as they create an opportunity in front, but it's going to be Alana Kraft making a beautiful save, smothering that one before Mason Matthews can get it past. Nice play to set up that opportunity in front. Roy Kaldar collecting that puck at the far boards and sending a pass right in front. But again, a beautiful save as the Hasek Heroes goaltending living up to the namesake.
And that Alana Kraft has been tested twice early, made 2 very nice saves. She's got goalie skates on today too, Aaron, and she looks a lot more comfortable in the crease than she did wearing her playing out skates. And she's really taken a liking to playing goal here, and she's doing a great job.
Caleb Mosher trying to add some offense for Hasek Heroes.
Wow.
Lets a good hard shot go, and the goaltending is matched for Amherst. Ben Barthold making his best save of the game as the Hasek Heroes squad certainly looking to add to their lead here in the second period. Great save denying Caleb Mosher. Now there might be a chance for Roy Kaldar. Kaldar on the backhand, another save for Alana Kraft.
Oh, man.
This time on the getting the stick on that one, and we have a player going down into the backboards in the aftermath of that play. That's Caleb Mosher quickly back up to the skates. Really good to see that, as that was a
loud,
scary-looking collision there on the backboards, but quickly back up to his feet as Caleb Mosher. He heads back to the bench under his own power. Both teams making some full line changes now as we have 4:31 to play in second period action. Our broadcast this morning made possible by Buffalo Golf and Social, Western New York's leading indoor golf facility. Locations in downtown Buffalo and Orchard Park. Book your next event at Buffalo Golf and Social. Usiak and Metzler on for this face-off. Usiak winning it cleanly, but that pass is intercepted. Now Hart looking to set something up offensively for Amherst. Puck in the far corner where Wojciechowski plays it up the boards. Nahan Howell trying to deflect it into the neutral zone. Does get it to Mike Wright. Now Mike Wright might have a breakaway. Wright plays it a little bit too far in front of him. Can't quite get enough room to get a shot away, but a loose puck sitting right underneath the goalie's stick, as just eventually losing sight of that because of the way the goaltender turned was the referee. So a fortuitous whistle coming there for the Amherst side as that puck was sitting in the crease for about 3 or 4 seconds. None of the Hasek Heroes players could find it. Referee lost sight of it eventually, and the whistle comes, and now an offensive zone faceoff for Hasek Heroes. Again, another faceoff win for the Heroes as they get the puck deep in the offensive zone. Can't find possession, though, as the Amherst Knights clear it back through center ice. Nathaniel Usiak having to go back inside of his own zone to find control of that one. Nahan Howell on the near boards. He's got a player right on him. Metzler creating some difficulty there as he lets the shot go from the near circle. Another save made by Alana Kraft, as she certainly hasn't gotten an easing in period to this game. Already 3 or 4 stops that she's been asked to make that were not easy ones either.
Well, she's definitely warmed up now as she's up to the task on each of these high-danger scoring chances she's faced. Making all the saves so far, but still plenty of time here in this period and rest of the game. So let's see if Amherst continues to put shots on the goaltender.
3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in second period action, as the Hasek Heroes squad looking to secure a home playoff game. A win here would do that, but still a lot of time left here, and they have to play some defense here as that puck comes towards the front of the net. Matthews almost with a good chance as he had some room there to let his shot go, just couldn't quite get that puck settled down fast enough. Mike Wright has it settled down and now has a chance to make good on that last opportunity. He shoots and scores over the glove hand. Mike Wright makes it a 5-1 game. This time he was not going to be denied on that chance with the rush into the offensive zone.
Mike Wright, the big number 21, makes the defensive play in the neutral zone. A really nice, clean pickpocket. Goes in alone. That was his 4th opportunity in on the goaltender. This time he gets the shot off the way he wants it. And now it is a 5-1 Hasek Heroes lead.
Players getting set up for this neutral zone draw as we have 3:19 now remaining in second period action. A little bit of separation being set up here in this game. Now a 4-goal lead for the Hasek Heroes squad. Caleb Mosher isn't satisfied as he feeds a pass in front, looking to set up a teammate there. Great defensive play. Mason Matthews basically accepting that pass for the Hasek Heroes player, now skating it up ice himself. Matthews with a shot from just inside the top of the circle. Another save is made, as Alana Kraft has been asked to make 5 or 6 saves now, and she has been up to every challenge so far. Stays a 5-1 game with under 3 minutes to play in the period.
I mean, Amherst, they are not shy about testing Alana Kraft, and she has been up to the task each and every time. And Amherst has to start shooting. They're down 4, so they're doing it right, but they got to get through the goaltender, and that it's going to appear to be a tall order today.
At least so far in this game, Hasek's Heroes, with the exception of that one early chance. And Mercado trying to hunt down that loose puck. Park was the first one to it. Ends up drawing the slashing call against Amherst as the referee, Scott Miller, signals the slashing call. And
what a specimen he is, Aaron.
It's an honor to be able to see such a esteemed and well-regarded referee out there in the stripes this morning. As viewers can probably realize, we know Scott Miller from our own hockey days and golf as well. So nice to see a friend out there in the stripes. And
he's got a hole in one.
He has just.
I don't.
He has just as many as I do, but we both witnessed that one. Yeah. Back to the hockey, though. It's a Hasek's Heroes power play.
That, by the way.
The Hasek's Heroes power play will have to wait a little bit in order to create any offense, as carrying the puck out of the zone and getting it deep into the Hasek's Heroes end was Javier Koldar. And now it's going to be Amherst setting up some offensive zone time. Mason Matthews with a chance to load up the shot. Just kind of holds onto it for a moment. Ends up turning the puck over. Now Aubrey Simonik might have a chance. Simonik into the offensive zone, has some room to let a shot go, and she gets it on goal past the netminder. Aubrey Simonik with a power play goal. 6-1 Hasek's Heroes as the individual effort by number 72. She takes it the length of the ice, has enough room to let a shot go, and gets a lot on it. Gets past the netminder to make it a 6-1 game.
Yeah, Aubrey Simonik just turned on the jets. The defenseman was in good position, but Simonik, a low, hard shot. Goaltender gets a piece of it, but not enough as it rolls past the line, as Hasek's Heroes has really blown this thing open late in the second.
Mentioned already here in this period that the first goal of this game was scored by Amherst.
And it was gorgeous, too. And here's the goal scorer with the puck right now.
Halton with the puck on his stick right in front of the Amherst bench.
Ooh.
Nice stick handling move there as he helps his team get the zone entry. This is Roy Koldar here on the near side, looking to get that backhand pass in front of the net. Gabriel Mason getting in the way, though, and now getting in the way of another pass as he dives into the passing lane. Puck staying just inside the blue line, but cleared out of the zone by O'Connor. O'Connor now looking to put some pressure on Argy here along the near boards. Argy, though, smartly feeding it up the near wall, as this is going to be Halton carrying it up ice. Halton tries to bank it past Mason, but a good defensive play by number 11 in the neutral zone. Mason now gets past another defender as he looks to take it into the offensive side. Mason gets tied up by Metzler, but still might have an opportunity to find control. Tries to get that wraparound out towards the front of the net. He had Garrett Jones right on top of the crease, but couldn't quite get it around the goaltender's stick. Jones plays it towards the front of the net. It goes off the skate and stick of one of the Amherst defenders, and now Roy Koldar tries to get it out of the zone. Halton helping him get it across the blue line, but it's going to be Gabriel Mason creating a turnover there. Halton might have a lane here as he gets behind one defender. Lazori swipes at him to try to get it away. The shot comes in on goal. It looked like Kraft made the initial save, but it goes off the post after it hits her pad and then sneaks inside the goal post. Again, it is Halton getting his team on the board. Shane Halton, number 24, making it a 6-2 hockey game as late in period number 2, Amherst gets back on the board.
Amherst gets something to build on going into the third, and it's Shane Halton. He's been noticeable, got 2 goals. That was a great play in the defensive zone. Ethan Lazori did a great job on the back check right there, but Halton was able to keep his feet and still get a shot. Oh, man.
I think we're going to have a penalty coming up here against Hasek's Heroes.
Yeah,
as
Caleb Mosier, he hit him. Yeah, that was very unintentional, but that was a big collision right there.
Yeah, Mosier and Metzler both going for a loose puck there in the neutral zone, and Metzler took the worst end of things there. It's going to be an Amherst power play coming up. We're going to step away here for about 30 seconds. Be back here shortly on the Nickel City Hockey Network.
I created Buffalo Golf and Social for one reason: to create a space that's different and unique from any other golf facility you've ever been to. It's a place to learn, and it's a place to enjoy. You ready?
Good to see Metzler getting back to the bench for the Amherst side. It's going to be a power play now coming up for the Amherst Knights as we have 38.1 seconds remaining in period number 2. It is a 6-2 lead in favor of Hasek's Heroes. Thank you so much for joining our broadcast this morning on the Nickel City Hockey Network as we are now ready for this face-off to the left of Alana Kraft, but seems as though we need one more Hasek's Heroes player out here for this defensive zone draw. Not sure anybody on the bench realizes it quite yet, as it's going to be Ethan Lazori coming onto the ice as the full 4 players are ready to go for this shorthanded situation for Hasek's Heroes. Chance here late in the second period for Amherst to continue to claw back. They have a goal already here under a minute to go in this period, as now they have the man advantage. So the puck comes back to Kern at the blue line. Kern to Matthews. Matthews just inside the blue line, tries to get that backhand pass back to Kern. Ends up going into the far corner where Mason tries to play it out of the zone, but right to Halton. Halton now to Koldar in front of the net. Koldar takes the shot. A sliding attempt to deny that one by Mason. That might have been enough to keep that shot from getting in on goal.
Yeah, Mason sprawls out and makes that save because, yeah, you definitely don't want to give up 2 in the last minute and give this Amherst team any more momentum, and Mason prevented that, but Amherst strong push at the end of the period to try and get back into this game.
It's exactly what the Knights needed to have that strong finish before the period was over. 6-2 is our score as we head to the second intermission. We'll be back here shortly as we continue to bring you live coverage of Hasek's Heroes hockey on the Nickel City Hockey Network.
Cataract surgery can be a life-changing event for many patients. A lot of times, what can happen to a patient as the years go on is that they tend to develop various vision symptoms, like glare at night when driving, not being able to make out details as well. And over time, because those changes occur slowly, they tend to just adjust and adapt. Slowly, they might cut back from doing things that they enjoyed doing, like driving at night or visiting a friend in the evening hours, because they don't feel safe. There's the potential of being free of glasses. The look on people's faces the morning after or in the weeks after when they come back for their follow-ups is truly gratifying, and we always love having those experiences with people. It's a wonderful part of the surgeries to be able to bring such a nice positive change to their lives.
Underway here in third period action as we bring you live coverage of Hasek's Heroes hockey on the Nickel City Hockey Network. Aaron Elpern alongside Sean McHugh, color commentator, as well as videographer Destiny Cosner from the 412 Communications broadcast booth. 412 Communications, the new gold standard in digital media solutions. Hasek's Heroes with the 6-2 lead after 2 periods of play, but Amherst with a little bit of push there late in the period. They got the second goal on the board in the last minute of the frame, and now they look to add to that as they have the power play here early in the third. Amherst finding control on the far side. Roy Koldar, who's had an impressive game so far, tries to make that pass towards the front of the net, but a good play by Ethan Lazori. He has been a force defensively for Hasek's Heroes. Almost ends up as a break opportunity with the player coming out of the penalty box for Hasek's Heroes, but couldn't quite get that one coordinated, but they still have possession here deep in the offensive zone. That was Mallory McDonald trying to get that puck out towards the front of the net. Ends up in the neutral zone where it's going to be the 2-time goal scorer Shane Halton carrying it in for Amherst. Halton gets tied up before he can let a shot away. Wouldn't be surprised if the Amherst bench was looking for a penalty on that play, as Halton got tied up just enough to deny that offensive zone opportunity. Hasek's now getting that puck cleared out to the neutral zone. Good work there by Mallory McDonald to get the puck out of the zone. And now Hasek's Heroes trying to get that puck through the neutral zone, but they're unable to do so as Amherst sends it right back deep. Deanna Wojciechowski behind her own net as it's going to be Halton putting pressure on her. Halton trying to continue to add to his impressive offensive game, but he can't quite get that pass in front of the net as Hasek's Heroes takes away possession, but the breakout doesn't go very far on the far side. Roy Koldar gets that puck taken away from him by Mallory McDonald. McDonald, though, ends up having that puck taken right away by Koldar yet again, as the two teams now trading possession in the Hasek's Heroes zone. The Heroes get the clear finally, sending it back to Amherst territory. This one might just go far enough for icing. as it does just slide far enough to get across the red line. As we'll have a face-off coming back into the Hasek Heroes zone. Our broadcast this morning brought to you by Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. To buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, investment, or retail property, trust the unparalleled knowledge and experience of Militello Realty. 856-2872 or militello.com. Supporters also include Envious Gameware, designers of custom hockey uniforms, bags, and apparel. Visit enviousgameware.com to get your team a look to be envious of. Hasek Heroes with control after that defensive zone faceoff. Nahan Howell trying to work it up ice. He gets that pass along to Mosier. Heroes can't get it out of the zone. Good play there, about a step inside the blue line by Cooper Collins. Good play in return by Mike Wright to get it across the blue line, but it ends up being an offsides call on Amherst. And the faceoff will come up right along the blue line, just to the right of our broadcast position. Referee Scott Miller with the puck in the air, signaling for everybody where to go for this neutral zone faceoff.
My, and he looks so good doing that.
Puck is down, perfectly dropped by the expert referee here, Scott Miller.
Best I've ever seen.
You got to be able to spin it down properly, not to let that puck bounce. It's
I mean,
not exactly a skill that's that easy.
Don't tell me anything about this Wes McCauley character. We know who the elite referee is in this game.
The rest of the world soon will too, Sean.
They need to. They need to. And I will spearhead this campaign if I have to.
Battle for a loose puck below our broadcast position. Hasek Heroes getting the better part of that and getting into the offensive zone. It's going to be Nolan Argy, though, trying to make a pass, though, but he ends up putting it on the stick of Mike Wright, who has two chances. Save is made on that first one by Ben Barthel. The second one ends up hitting the post.
Mike Wright has hit every part of the outside of that net on this shift. He hit. Is he going to do it again?
Mike Wright finding the loose puck in the circle, makes a really neat pass into the slot where he finds Caleb Mosier. Mosier sidestepping a defender, getting that pass back in front. Wright almost with a chance to redirect that one, just couldn't quite get it inside that near post. Good shift here by this line from Hasek Heroes.
Mike Wright could have 5 goals today. He's just a little snake bitten sans that one breakaway he had.
Not the first time this season he's kind of been in that snake bitten mode. I think he might be saving it up for playoff time. Mosier's not going to wait for the playoffs. He rips a hard wrist shot through the netminder. Goes hard off the back post into the back of the net. 7-2 in favor of the Heroes as Caleb Mosier finishes off an excellent shift by this group.
That was a great shift by this line. I mean, Mike Wright got 5 chances, got thwarted a couple times. Looks like they had a planned celebration, but it didn't come to fruition right here. That's okay, though, as Hasek Heroes is now up 7-2.
New line out there as they look to carry the momentum over from that last shift. A perfect example of how you can just start building on good play. Gabriel Mason tries to split the defense. He does get it through the 2 defenders, but can't quite hunt that puck down before it gets to the goal line. Still doing work now below the goal line. Back to the point to Lazori. He can't get it through the crowd, but he does get it along to Mason. Mason with 2 defenders on him. His shot ends up being deflected to the far boards. Metzler tries to play it out of the zone, but it ends up deflecting right to the stick of Connor O'Sullivan, and then it ends up in the back of the net after it deflects off of 2 different sticks. Connor O'Sullivan's on the board. It's now an 8-2 hockey game. Again, the bounce is going in favor of Hasek Heroes. The team in blue doesn't care one bit, though.
No, you'll take the bounces as they get them, and Connor O'Sullivan, the aspiring future Nickel City Hockey Network analyst in about 10 years, definitely gets another tough bounce in front for the Amherst Knights. But Hasek Heroes, again, just continuing to add to the offense.
Connor O'Sullivan, who we've been told that his pregame routine involves listening and watching replays of his own goals during these broadcasts.
I love that.
We love the fact that there is so much joy being taken by something that we enjoy just as much as the kids do on the ice, because these broadcasts are so much fun to do, and it really kind of brings us back to where we were as players starting this game at this age, learning the game and learning to love it like we see on the ice from all of the kids on both sides here in this game. So the fact that the kids are watching their replays before games and then afterwards after they get done,
and then talking,
it means a lot. It means a lot to us
trash
here.
Talking us after games if we didn't call something right. I love it.
And there was a game that we weren't at a few weeks ago that ended up going in favor of the opponents, and there might have been one or two Hasek Heroes players that said, well, we would have won if you guys were here to do a broadcast.
If I recall, Gabe Mason tried to blame me, and I didn't let him. I made him blame you.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's all right.
Under 10 minutes to go in regulation. It's an 8-2 Hasek Heroes lead. Gabe Mason and Roy Kaldar on for this face-off deep in the Hasek Heroes zone. Puck comes right towards the front of the net. Nice play by Alana Kraft, handling that one with the stick and playing it towards the corner. Puck comes right back in front of her net, though, as good defense by Caleb Mosher to get that out of danger, but it's going to be Matthews with another chance to let a shot go. Good shot blocked there by Gabe Mason as he drops to one knee and gets the shin pad on that one. Caleb Mosher trying to make sure that puck gets out of the zone, does so with the skate, and now trying to create a little bit of difficulty for the Amherst player there along the center ice red line.
Ooh, nice move.
Roy Kaldar gets around one defender, but that extra move along the blue line is just enough to draw his teammate off sides. We'll have a face-off in the neutral zone now with 9:24 to go in regulation.
And it has been a great third period so far to start for Hasek Heroes. They pretty much just done whatever they've wanted from the hop, extending their lead, and now they're just trying to get it to the barn with nothing crazy or pretty much nothing extra or nothing crazy happening.
Hasek Heroes in position to earn themselves a home game in the playoffs if they can pick up this win today. It would also be the 9th win of the season. 8-4-2 is the team's record right now as Gabriel Mason falling down there in the offensive zone. Looked like he would have had a good opportunity if he could have kept his skates under him, but he's set up in front of the net now looking for that pass. Good play by Mosher to pinch in from that right D position. Now he's below the goal line with possession. Looking to spin and feed a pass towards the front of the net. He finally does so, gets it to O'Connor, but O'Connor had Kaldar right on him. Puck ends up being played towards the blue line. Nice move by Halton to get it out of the zone. Not going to be given a whole lot of room to work there, as that was Phoebe Mercado tying him up in the neutral zone. Puck comes to Jones here along the red line, or the blue line. Gets knocked down on the play as he would have had a lane to get right in alone on goal. Ends up being the tripping call against the Amherst Knights player. Hasek Heroes will head back to the power play with 8:28 to go in regulation.
And just more time to work on the man advantage here for the Heroes, as Amherst is going to go down a man on the tripping call. Let's see who Coach Latempio is going to send out for the power play.
It's going to be Wojciechowski, Mercado, and McDonald.
With Karalunas and Chevalier on the points.
Mallory McDonald on the left wing. Wojciechowski playing that face-off forward. Amherst looking to get the clear right away, but it's going to be Chevalier stepping in from his point position, basically accepting that one like a pass and making sure it gets into the far corner. Pressure being put on in that far corner by Mercado. Loose puck comes towards the slot. Karalunas plays it right towards the net front. Amherst players getting into that shooting lane and getting the puck out towards center ice, where Chevalier picks it up for the Hasek Heroes squad. Chevalier and Park doing battle for that loose puck. Ends up coming out to Mercado, and she plays it along to the Amherst blue line. Amherst sending it right back through the neutral zone, and this one going slowly into the Hasek Heroes zone. In the far corner, it's picked up by Wojciechowski. Her pass up the far wall ends up on the stick of Mallory McDonald. She has to make a second effort to get it out of the zone, but now she's got an opportunity to carry it up the left wing. Mallory McDonald across the blue line has a defender on her, out-muscles the defender to get to the net front.
That was almost a sick move.
Couldn't quite stop there at that near post to get that second chance opportunity after Barthold made that save on the initial one. 24 seconds to go in this power play opportunity for Hasek Heroes as Karalunas creates a loose puck. Karalunas towards the front of the net, taking that shot. I think the goaltender got just enough of that one to send it wide. Picked up along the near boards by Mallory McDonald. Pass to Wojciechowski in front of the net. Backhand shot doesn't get on goal. Ends up on McDonald's stick again as a soft pass. I think that might have been a little bit of a miscommunication, as I think Mercado was expecting that to be a shot. McDonald went with the pass option. As the penalty expires, the puck comes back into the Hasek Heroes zone. Set up there by Kraft for Karalunas. Wojciechowski banking it off the far boards. It is found there by the Amherst player Collins. Collins sending it deep into the Hasek Heroes zone, but it's going to be Wojciechowski picking it up there and playing it up to the blue line on her backhand. McDonald trying to make sure it gets out of the zone, but there are 4 different Amherst players over there trying to make it difficult for her to do so. Puck ends up being deflected into the Hasek Heroes bench, where it is thrown back at the referee by Ethan Lazor.
Okay.
And both teams will make a line change with 6:24 to go in the period.
Not sure what to make of that, but it was kind of funny.
I wasn't expecting, I was a little surprised that the puck was able to get deflected that far up in the air, because it looked like it was kind of mixed in with the players' skates and sticks there along the boards. Puck ends up going out of play in the aftermath, and good catch there by Lazor. He's now ready to play a little bit of defense on for this next shift. Scrambled face-off as it comes towards the blue line. Heroes unable to get it out of the zone on that first push. This one will come across the blue line, as it's going to be Kern getting to it for Amherst. His teammate unable to clear the zone in time, so that's going to be an offsides call against the Amherst Knights. And our broadcast this morning brought to you by 412 Communications, the new gold standard in digital media solutions. 412 Communications helps get your voice above the fray, build bridges between your brand and its clientele. From broadcast to social, print to digital, the 412 team will put their 40-plus years of experience to work for you. Kern back into his own zone, but he had to be very careful there as he had Mike Wright looking for that turnover opportunity. Wright creates a loose puck just inside the blue line. Amherst doing a good job of clearing the zone, but Howell sends it right back in. Offsides is the call, as we're under 6 minutes to go in regulation.
Yeah, time is winding down here in regulation between the Heroes and the Knights, so just trying to get out of here with a clean last 6 minutes to go here in this third period. Mike Wright, though, looks to add to his point total.
Wright carrying it into the Amherst zone. Can't get it between the two Amherst defenders as the Knights send it back to center ice, where it's going to be Marlo McDonald trying to get control of it there. Good play as Usiak comes back to help out. That could have been a rush opportunity for Amherst if the Heroes didn't quite settle that puck down and get it up ice quickly. Mike Wright tries to use Kern as a screen. It ends up catching a little bit of his leg and going wide. But now the rebound opportunity is there for Usiak, and he puts it home on the backhand. Nathaniel Usiak on the board. It's now 9-2 Heroes.
Mike Wright having maybe a little snake bit in scoring, but that hasn't stopped him from making plays. Gets the puck down low, follows the shot that got blocked, feeds one right in front, and Usiak buries here with 5:24 to go, and Hasek's Heroes extends their lead.
That's what you got to do. You go to the front of the net and look for opportunities there. Most goals are scored from that area where Usiak just hammered that backhander home, and you could see that he was thrilled to do so as well, as the celebration was certainly exuberant, giving his team a little bit of an extra cushion here as we approach 5 minutes to go in regulation. Hasek's Heroes doing the work they needed to do today to earn themselves another game here in this building, that home playoff game that the win will secure for them. Puck is played towards the blue line. Hart unable to get over there before it ends up in the neutral zone. And now the puck at center ice is it's going to be McDonald and Hart battling for that loose puck. Eventually getting it up into the offensive zone. It's going to be Mosier with a chance on the backhand.
Nice
tries to go
save.
5-hole. Beautiful save by Ben Barthold. He has been tested a lot today, and some of the saves that he has made have been as impressive as some of the Hasek's Heroes goals in this game.
Oh, yeah, Bartels played a great game. I mean, none of the goals that have found their way to the net had anything to do with goaltending.
Mosier getting squeezed off there on the far side as Amherst doing a good job of creating a loose puck in the neutral zone. Hart sending it across the blue line where Matthews finds control of it along the near boards. Excellent play by Phoebe Mercado in the defensive zone there, not letting that puck get deep. She essentially just lifted the stick on Matthews and played that one towards center ice, as we're now approaching 4 minutes to go in regulation. Chance here for Amherst as they're behind the defense. This is Matthews on the far side, loads up that wrist shot and takes that one. Good save, though, by Kraft, as had plenty of time to get set and to settle herself and get her angles proper for that shot. Makes the save and covers up for a whistle. Now 4 minutes exactly to go in regulation.
Yeah, and Alana Kraft, she has been impressive, just as Brooke Heigl was, only allowing the one goal to date. Amherst, still playing to the whistle here, still getting shots, and Alana Kraft, she hasn't been really busy this period. She had to be, sharp as attack right there to keep that puck out of the net.
It's going to be Halton and Wojciechowski on for the faceoff in the far dot. Amherst winning that faceoff as they try to get some offense set up here. Puck in the near circle. Missouri playing it forward and getting it to Mercado. Mercado now along to Mallory McDonald. McDonald around one defender, tries to get it to Mercado. Still has control of it, but
gotta pass
just
that.
Barely going in offsides, as they couldn't quite get it coordinated between Mallory McDonald and Phoebe Mercado. I would have liked to have seen that pass moved along a little bit quicker, but it just took that extra little bit to get that puck settled down on the stick for McDonald. And Hasek's Heroes making a line change. Face-off will be right in front of the Amherst bench. Our broadcast this morning brought to you by Buffalo Golf and Social, Western New York's leading indoor golf facility. Simulators, lessons, and leagues. Buffalo Golf and Social, the area's best destination for year-round practice and instruction. Puck slowly towards the Amherst net.
It went in.
Barthold unable to get the glove under it and ends up squeaking past, as it's now a 10-2 lead in favor of Hasek's Heroes.
Are they going to call it a goal, or are they going to blow it dead? Yes, they're going to call that. Yep. Oh, yeah, it is called a goal on the ice. So, yeah, that's a tough break right there for Amherst.
I think this one's going to Gareth Jones based on his celebration.
Yeah, you hate to see that for the Amherst goaltender. It's just a tough break right there. Oh, Hasek is not about to slow down, though. Here's O'Connor Jr.
O'Connor in behind the defense. Gets tied up a little bit, but still manages to let the shot go. Kevin O'Connor Jr. on the board as the Hasek's Heroes team continuing to add to the offense. The offensive explosion here getting the team ready for postseason play.
Yeah, I mean, what? It looks like they're going to – yeah, it looks like the official has given the word to run the clock. Probably could have gotten to that a little sooner, but at the same time, let the kids play. It looks like this one's heading on its way in right here, though, is now it's a matter of just – you know what I'm getting at, Aaron.
Under 3 minutes to play here in regulation as puck is along the Amherst blue line, just sent up ice here. This one's going to go for an icing call as face-off comes back to the Amherst zone. Under 3 minutes to go in regulation. And our broadcast this morning brought to you by Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. To buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, retail, or investment property, trust the unparalleled knowledge and experience of Militello Realty. 716-856-2872 or militello.com. Sean, the most exciting part about this game, at least from my perspective, is the fact that the win here from Hasek's Heroes means that there's another home game coming up.
That is just spectacular news here for us and for these kids and just for the program in general, this being their first season as a travel team. And in their first season, they will host a playoff game, and that's really cool for these kids, and, you know, it's good for us too.
Yeah, we've talked a lot on these broadcasts about how much Hasek's Heroes does for the hockey community, giving kids the opportunity to learn the game and to learn the game without concern about some of the financial constraints that make it so difficult. Mike Wright trying to add to his totals here today as he goes weaving between defenders. Good defensive play as the Amherst Knights team playing to the final horn themselves. Kern taking this one up ice, looking to create something offensively in the last minute and change. Picking up that conversation, though, about what Hasek's Heroes does for the community and how much they have done over the 10-plus years that Hasek's Heroes has been around. All the kids that have gotten a chance to learn the game and to become hockey players because of this organization. This next step in what the organization does, creating a travel team, playing other organizations, getting that little bit of extra bit in the hockey, what you're offering to kids here, and really the fact that this has gone off so well this season with this team being as successful as it has, really a lot of credit to everybody involved in the Hasek's Heroes organization, everybody behind the bench here today, as well as everybody that's involved in Hasek's Heroes, not only making hockey opportunities available to kids, but growing that for more and more kids to add to what they can do.
Mike Wright's not done yet, though. He's trying to get away. Oh, he passes to Usiak.
What a great look there. Mike Wright being unselfish with a nice drop pass to Usiak. Usiak looking for his second of the game. Wright with the cross-ice pass. He gets that one to Mosier. And he's got a backdoor set up there. Getting that one to the back door, but Usiak unable to get that one past the netminder. Looked like Mike Wright's goal was to get a primary assist on that shift.
Gotta love seeing that, though, from probably the leader of the Hasek's Heroes, at least in the forward ranks. And here comes the celebration as Hasek's Heroes gets another win.
It's an 11-2 victory in favor of Hasek's Heroes as they gave up the game's first goal, but they didn't let that bother them one bit. They came storming back. Got, I believe, 6 more before Amherst got an answer. It ends up being an 11-2 score in total. And Hasek's Heroes picking up the win that they needed in order to give themselves the home playoff game. Hasek's Heroes now improving the record to 9-4-2, and they will play at home next weekend. That is February the 17th. I'm guessing it'll be at this 11 o'clock time, but I don't want to speak too soon. I also don't know the opponent quite yet. But the good news is it's a home Hasek's Heroes playoff game next week as the Heroes now look to go on a playoff run, Sean.
And that's exactly what you want. Playoff hockey is the best kind of hockey, and this Hasek's Heroes team in their inaugural season will get a taste of that, and they'll get to do it on their home ice, and they're coming off some impressive wins as well, so they got to be feeling good right now, feeling they can take on anybody. I mean, they were without Maverick and Mike Kelly today, still able to put pucks in the net, and now they're going to head into the playoffs on a strong note.
It's an 11-2 win in total for the Hasek's Heroes squad, the 9th win of the season. As up next, it will be playoff hockey for the Hasek's Heroes 10U team as they continue to celebrate their victory here this morning. Looks like we're going to have a team picture taken as the team gathers together along their own goal line with their coaching staff, and they're still continuing their post-game celebrations. But
Gabe Mason needs to condition a little bit more, though, apparently, because he's skating laps at the other end of the ice.
As we continue to put a bow on our broadcast here this morning from the Bud Bakewell Ice Rink, it's a convincing victory for the Hasek's Heroes squad, as this team has certainly done exactly what you would hope they would do in their first year as a travel program, qualifying for the playoffs, earning a home game as well, and we'll be here for that next weekend as the Nickel City Hockey Network continues to bring you live coverage of Hasek's Heroes hockey. Join us for that game next week. That should do it for our broadcast here this week. However, for videographer Destiny Cosner, color commentator Sean McHugh, my name's Aaron Elpern. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and we'll talk to you next week with more Hasek's Heroes hockey.